the bomb got dropped upon us all. And the list of all unknowns is tall. But if there's anything we know, our stubbornness has shown. We'll climb up after any fall. We know who we are, but we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from. Leftover ashes in the sky, and the nations, all they do is fight. Yeah, the crown broke all our trust, so I guess it's up to us to save whatever's left of life. We know who we are, but we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from. But we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from. Oh, we know who we are, but we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from.
Hello everyone, this is the Nameless one, and tonight we are continuing the Lost Memories campaign with Ellis, Argo, Cameo, Moon, Petrol, Hax, and Simba's joining us. So, we're going to go ahead and jump right into the recap. So, if I could...
Yes, please inform us.
Cameo, you do the recap for me.
We do the travels for a while. However, without our main track, without a compass, we ended up lost for a while and kind of suck at it a lot. We ended up at the beach and traveling through the beach, and I ended up getting 100 seashells because some people decided to be shovel faces.
Honestly, I'm not entirely convinced that going to the beach wasn't a better idea than continuing to trek through the swamp.
We didn't have our swamp expert, so we all just stumbled onto the beach.
But yes, there were three of us that decided to push sand with our faces for a whole day.
Yes, and that's how I got my 100 seashells. My hoard is growing. I'm probably like 2 inches taller or something. No one would ever notice. Beyond that, we kept traveling south for a while, and we started entering the desert. And that's when we realized we're kind of like fucked. But Doc told us about how we could use the psychos to basically keep ourselves afloat. within the deserts, basically use them for resources and stuff like that. And we actually, most of us end up actually getting our some psycho names. Although Clinker's gotta upgrade his carrier stuff. Nah, you gotta get something else.
Pretty lame.
I am the carrier of the stuff. Don't you disrespect the carrier of the stuff.
Yeah, Doc will shank you if you disrespect the carrier of stuff. We had some psycho meat because of that, by the way.
I'm learning all of this for the first time, by the way.
Yeah, I'm Bone Sculptor, Doc is Meat Weaver, Vigil is Head Exploder because the motherfucker decided to shoot one to prove his point, which it worked. Flashing is Earth Shaper. What did you say?
They all now like petrol.
That's true. Slashing is Earth Shaper because of course Slashing is.
What's my name in this?
Slashing isn't here in this session.
You haven't earned one
yet. Yeah, I haven't got one yet.
You were poo-brained at the time, Nassa.
Yes, I'm very, I was not feeling well. So let's see.
So.
Yeah. Oh, and Cyanax is, bug meat.
Meat bug.
So,
bug.
You guys
bug.
are waking up at, it's just as the sun is setting, so it's starting to cool off. The psychos are currently in the process of packing up their camp.
I wake up. Qu'est-ce que c'est? What the fuck is going on here?
You, by the way, you are in a sandstone hut.
Okay, so I wake up in a sandstone hut. So, can I try to find someone who's not poop-brained to explain to me what happened? I am very confused.
We're sleeping in the hut, so...
Hey,
everyone...
some creature, wake up.
What?
Where the fuck are we?
Yet? We're in the desert.
Yes, but like... I kinda blacked out for a bit.
Yeah, we noticed.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm here to do the checkups.
It's not really morning, it's more so evening, at least I hope, but...
I'm using morning in the loose sense. Shut up and let me check you out if you have any injuries.
Morning is when your
all
heart
good
is.
for once.
Alright, who else needs the stuff?
I am alive. Thankfully.
Hey, you're not poo-brained anymore. Sweet!
Yes, yeah. And can you please explain what is going on?
We're with a psycho.
Yeah, we're traveling with a bunch of psychos down south to get to the Zebralands. Well, to get to the boat to the Zebralands.
How did we end up with psychos?
Doc.
Doc helped out.
Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. That is a completely understandable response. If there's any of you that would have been able to get us with this psychos, it's Doc.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. One of them was going to shoot him, then another one screamed at him that he was about to shoot the Meat Weaver. We all have psycho names now, by the way.
Well, everyone but you are poo-brain.
Except you. Yep.
So I get to just get a new one?
Well, you
kind of have to prove it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Vigil's the head exploder, which, to justify, he exploded one of their heads. They cheered.
I could probably rip one of their throats out if they really tried.
If you pick a badass-sounding name, you'll have to back it up.
Yes, but always make sure that you pick the name first. Because if you don't pick a name and you do then you're kind of screwed.
Mm-hmm.
So, I will point out that you can hear a lot of insult hurling and general psycho sounds from outside as most of the tents have been packed up, and a psycho comes to the door and screams, "I'm the conductor of the meat train!" And then walks off.
I'm gonna assume that we follow
conductor!
him. I'm just gonna take a wild guess and say that he's probably the one that we're gonna follow.
I am too.
It would seem that way.
Choo. Chugga chugga choo choo.
I wonder if I can get away with just calling myself a hunter.
So everybody roll perceptions. A -1 because
I can probably call myself light. I can probably call myself light tough
That's a pass.
or light step.
Pass.
Pass.
Yes.
I appreciate the way that you roll this, Moon. It makes it easy to tell. So, after about
I pass. Yep.
after about half the night's worth of travel, hold on, I forgot to turn on desert sounds. There we go.
Do you
Desert
have all of
sounds.
your noise reduction and stuff turned off?
I actually switched all of the noise reduction over to because I forgot I had it for the whatever it's called. But so as you guys were making your way along, you see a off in the distance, or what seems to be a cluster of lights from where you are in a darker patch. The psychos seem to be on edge, but not like any more than what you would expect. And
Okay.
they're headed in the direction of the cluster of lights. What do?
I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea.
Follow them.
Okay. So after about another 15, 20 minutes of travel, you get closer and you realize that the dark patch was actually several taller, like they appear to be palm trees.
I take it we've made it to an oasis.
Yes.
Fuck is a palm tree?
And
I point to one of the palm trees.
once they get
Yeah, what
close
the
enough
fuck is
that
that?
you can see the other tribe that's there, you note everybody notices more psychos on the other side, and both tribes now are standing in a face-off, hurling unintelligible insults at each other. And
I am so palm trees. Considering what we are, would it be classed as frog trees instead?
we're going to ignore that and continue.
Oh my god, Petrol, I just got that. God damn you.
I don't know what's this.
But actually you would.
The
He's
equivalent to a palm of the hand for a person, for a horse, would be the frog of their hoof.
Hence
Oh, I
the
thought you were
joke.
saying something.
In
No,
frog trees.
okay, Polish is not my first language. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, Petrol's just being a dumbass, don't worry about it.
So
So?
Maybe if I could
um,
sneak up on them or something. Prove my name of Lighthoof. Or Whisperhoof? I don't fucking know. Sorry, I'm still trying to think this out.
the insults have now turned to rocks, though. They are hurling rocks and crude spears at each other at the moment, as well as insults. What does the party do?
I want to try something. I'm going to try and sneak up on one of them.
I'm assuming you're going to sneak into their camp?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll stealth.
I'm going to try to stealthily sneak up and scare one of them.
Well, this'll end well.
Yeah.
Wait, Petrol,
kidding.
which went well?
What is your skill?
I have a stealth skill of 15.
That's a crit fail.
Yes.
Like I said. Which went well.
So,
Oh no.
Nassa, as you are
Oh
sneaking,
no, anyway.
as you are sneaking through the camp, you trip over something that starts ticking. Roll a perception because it is very dark because all of the torches move to one side of the camp. Yes, you're not entirely certain what this is, but
Are you feeling okay today, Argo?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I found a cool clock, I think. Anyway, I'm going to walk forward and try to sneak somewhere.
So, roll stealth again.
Okay, I'm starting to get scared.
So, you make it like 20 feet, and
That
the
was a crit
tent
fail,
that you
crit pass, by the way.
the tent that you walk past explodes.
You know, as it does.
For everybody else, all of the psychos on both sides now look absolutely mortified. Everybody roll perception.
That's a
I pass.
No minuses, by the way.
Okay.
I pass.
Ooh, Loop did not pass.
So,
Wow, we are just getting all of the crit fails right now.
yeah, the ground starts rumbling. Subtly right now. Moop is convinced all of y'all are crazy if you say anything.
I'm not saying anything.
I'm just backing away in fear.
Doc,
You
you
know,
feel anything.
normal clinker things.
Anyway, so I'm still on my path to try to scare one of them.
Okay. So, go ahead and roll to hit.
Roll to hit?
I will point out that they are not allied psychos at the moment, if you're trying to sneak up on the other camp.
Oh wait, these are not allies?
No.
The camp that we walked to, that we are seeing right now is not our camp, not
Why
the
are-
psycho camp that we're working with.
Why would they be
Never mind, I'm
throwing
leaving.
weapons
Never
at
mind,
each
I'm
other?
leaving. I'm leaving. I thought these were ones we were friends with. You said we were friends with some psychos. I'm leaving. This is my
Her
stuff to get
friend.
out.
She's unfamiliar with psycho culture.
Yes.
I'm leaving. I don't know. I am scared.
So, you get back to the group, and go ahead and roll another perception, all except for Moop, with a +2.
I pass.
Do I roll or just?
I
No,
pass.
you don't
No.
roll.
I passed.
So
I'm past him.
everybody passed?
Yes.
There is very obvious ground shaking.
I am backing away faster now.
Okay, so I snuck into this camp, and then I sort of realized that I don't think these were the ones we were friends with. So I kinda got out.
I would be slow clapping, but again, backing away.
The psychos currently are, like, wildly looking around on both sides.
Maybe we should leave.
So,
My guess is that we should leave.
what does the party do?
What caused
We
that
should,
explosion?
We should step away from the psycho some and spread out.
Okay.
So, Moop, I want you to roll a perception. At a -2. So I think
Already
a total
my
of
-2
-4.
on here.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think it is a total of -4 for you.
So then that would be. Damn it! Did I really have to have the minus?
So you fail again?
As a. Yes.
Okay. So is everybody following Doc's advice?
Yes.
Yeah.
Still following
We-
Doc's advice.
Why wouldn't we? Doc is the expert.
So how are you going to spread out? Are some of you flying?
I'm
fly.
just walking away.
Why not fly? It gets me
Yeah,
off the
I'll-
rumbling ground and further away from whatever that thing is.
Yeah, I'm taking to the air.
I could try to take to the air, but I have no idea if I could.
I'm just running on the ground.
So whoever's still on the ground, I need perception check.
Yes.
It's my -2 that passes with the perception.
So you guys on the ground, rumbling stops. What do?
I stay still.
I try to hide if possible.
How long was the ground shaking before?
I passed, by the way.
It was shaking pretty heavily. Enough that the sand was shifting quite a bit. So, everybody on the ground is not moving?
I'm hiding, but not moving.
I will
I'm
note
just gonna
that,
still keep looking
Yeah,
around.
I'm-
Yeah.
Still as
Or-
well, because I'm confused.
so for the flying guys, I need you to also roll a perception.
I pass.
That is a pass.
Right? So, you guys note that the psychos are doing almost the exact same thing. Although you do note that several psychos look absolutely terrified as they are standing on the backs of their companions, and they are not ones with wings. And you can tell it is not a very stable platform. And as you watch, one of them loses their footing and hits the ground. And both sides all look at that one, and this one was in the oasis, with absolute terror as several seconds later the ground explodes. And out pops probably the biggest worm you've ever seen.
Hats.
What?
Yes, Petrol, you were saying?
What does the party do?
We run.
Flies higher.
I mean, we could probably fight it, but like, I'd
The
rather them
answer is
to.
no.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I want to
probably.
be at least 5 times this thing's length in the air, so that if it tries to jump, it can't reach me.
Ezra makes
jump?
rude gestures towards the rival Psycho tribe.
Hold on, no, I don't believe this. Worms
Well-
cannot jump. I refuse to believe that worms can jump.
Who is the closest ground-based party member?
To you, let's see, who is on the ground right now?
Damn.
I am.
I am.
So, Nassa is 1, Doc is 2, and Moof is 3.
I'm going to swim
Hold on.
and pick up Nassa.
This is,
Oh.
It's a type of worm called a jumping worm. What the fuck?
so Moop is closest to you.
Hmm.
Also, by the way,
yeah.
there is no rival Psycho tribe anymore.
I look at Clinker and yell, you pick up Nassa, I'll deal with Moop.
Oh. This'll go wonderfully.
So you're going to need to roll strength, Clinker?
Well,
To-
Just strength or strength and flight?
Well, you're going to need to start with strength. If you can't even pass the strength, there's no point in rolling the flight.
Okay, well, let's start with the strength.
Also,
That is a
where's-
hard fail.
Where's this feedback coming from?
Good question.
You.
No idea.
Hold on. Well, it's gone, I guess. I'm not
Alright,
sure
so
what that
that-
was.
That was a hard fail on the strength check.
So,
by
both of you
5.
are on the ground now. And somehow Nassa has landed on top of you.
You messed up the bed.
How are you? How did I knew this was a
I
bad
can
plan.
just imagine, like, I can just imagine, like, Clinker splayed out on the ground, like, wings unfurled, everything, and Nassa somehow standing on top, like, how did this happen?
How did this happen?
Also, the worm, which did make what could vaguely be called a jump without fully coming out of the ground, is currently 150 feet up and coming down.
We're running. We're running. Thinker, up. We're running.
Don't run.
I'm not running. I'm flying.
Carefully.
I pick up Moop and try to fly along with him.
That's a Tetsu worm.
Actually,
You just sent a picture of a Tetsu worm.
that thing is small compared to this.
That's the only thing I could think of, but it was just.
Hang on.
will
I know
note that
it's a reference to. Is it the giant worm thing? A reference to Dune or something?
the
Hang on.
That's a
I
reference to
have
SpongeBob.
an idea.
Moon's got the right idea.
Yeah, that's something I was thinking of.
This
By
is
the
what
way,
I
when
was
I said
thinking
what
of.
is that thing, I was saying that in character. I just sent the Tetsu worm because that was just the closest thing I could possibly think it could look like. But Moon is closer, obviously.
I was thinking Sand Dragon from Mandalorian.
Yeah,
I was just straight up thinking
say
Ark.
that the two that Moon sent would probably be closest. Yes. The Psychos are also now splitting off in all different directions in a mad dash to get away from this thing.
They're dumb.
Right. So can I get back in the air? Is that an option?
You can try, but you will have to do so alone.
Yeah, I'm not trying to pick up the saw anymore. I'm just trying to not be on the ground right now.
So, for the ones on the ground, what are you guys gonna do?
Run. The fuck else do I do?
I carefully walk.
Doc, I think it's a little past this point.
I mean, assuming they don't have eyes, that means they go by vibration.
How do you know if it has eyes?
It's a worm, Nameless.
Yeah.
Purple worms have eyes. This is a fantasy worm. I know you don't know what a purple worm is, but I am pointing out
Of course.
purple worms have eyes.
I do.
This is not a purple worm, by the way, but you
An
don't.
Alaskan bullworm.
You do not know much, if anything, about this thing. So I would suggest
Moon, listen to the DM.
I would suggest not walking, especially since the
Moon, the
psychos
DM
have
is
the best
asking
idea.
you, are you sure you want to do that?
Well, then I'll run.
Okay. Which direction do you guys choose to run?
Away.
I'm running whichever way Moon is running.
So you're just gonna roll the dice?
Try
Then
to
might as well-
follow whatever
Might as well
flying
just
creature is.
continue heading south.
Okay. So go
Yes,
ahead and
sure.
roll your survival at a -1 Moon to make sure you head in the right direction.
Watch this fail. That was
Okay.
getting close.
So Doc has started galloping off south. Nassa, what are you going to do?
I probably go south as well. Like wherever I see like flyers and others going.
Okay. Petrol, you will need to roll flight to keep yourself and Moop aloft.
Now, I have a good flight skill. That is a fail by 1.
Yes, so,
So,
you are
Which
not
went well.
very good at flying with cargo, considering you are also weighted down.
He's done it several times with the saw, but apparently Moop's just not doable.
Apparently so.
But apparently you saw my freaking wall. When you crashed, I managed to jump and freaking fly.
So,
like as I'm failing and like plummeting into the ground, you managed to jump out and fly.
Just looked at the names.
so I'm going to point out, Moop, that you are not nearly as fast as any of the other ones, so you're very quickly going to start flagging behind.
Do I run faster than I fly? Or is it
Yes.
about equal?
Because for you, flight is mostly gliding right now.
Weak wing.
Yeah, at least I gotta be able to not die instantly. So I start running when I get closer
So
to
you're
the
just
floor.
a knife.
So,
Wait, does that have to be a roll?
I need for all of the party to roll a dexterity first. Just regular dexterity right now.
Including
That's a
the
pass.
flying ones.
Fail by 1.
Including the flying ones.
By the way, am I back in the air yet? Or
I
do I need to roll
passed.
something first to do that?
I pass.
Do you have a flight skill, Axe?
I do.
You will need to roll that to try and not slow down to fly, because you are not a flyer. Well, you are a flyer, but you're not like a petrol flyer.
Well, that passes my flight skill, and I already passed the dex.
Okay? So you managed to at least keep the pace. Let's see. So who failed the,
I failed.
just you?
Think so.
Okay, I need margins of success for everybody else.
Oh, I
On
pass
nose.
by.
I passed by 2.
Type them out
It's
and put them in the chat
minus
so that I
at
can...
3. I say margin of success, do I do it with the -2 already installed, or?
With margin of success, the assumption is that it detracts from it, like if you have a 5 normally, and you are rolling against a 10, you rolled a 7 against the 10. Make sense?
Oh.
Petrol, put your margin of failure. Okay. So, current marching order, sprinting order is Moop is up ahead with Ellis and Nassa close behind, followed by Doc, and then after Doc is Clinker, followed by a slower Vigil.
I don't have to outrun the worm, I just had to outrun Vigil.
Bruh, if that thing is fast enough, then you're still gonna have to outrun it because it's not gonna stop with just one meal.
I was making a joke, but yes, I'm aware.
Yes.
So, Petrol, you are getting a very good look at the inside of the thing's mouth because it is headed straight for you. So,
Wait, who's it heading for?
you guys are all heading in a general southward direction. So it is after all of you at this point. So I would suggest continue running. Now, we're going to do a health check to see if the order changes. And the worm is going to
joy.
make a check to see how... Okay. How does,
Ooh.
Since when do I roll well on health checks?
Never.
Don't worry. Look at that.
Okay,
Okay,
I
terrible.
passed.
put in margin of success and margin of failure. And for that... So... Good lord, you guys are not having a good day.
No.
So... For Clinker...
Hmm?
Let's see. Hold on, I'm looking at the previous order. I don't have any scratch paper at the moment.
I have to switch over to my phone because my laptop is fucking up.
I don't know what either of those words mean, but good luck.
See. So, Clinker, you are now in the lead,
Neat.
followed by Sai,
Woo!
with Petrol getting closer to the worm. Petrol, you can feel the breeze coming off of the worm's movement because, you know, something that big is going to generate a lot of airflow moving as fast as it is. Nassa and Moop are just barely ahead of you. And now we go on to next round of rolls. I will note that you do see a fairly large, what looks like cloud of sand up ahead.
Am I about to be bored?
Doc, roll a...
Yes.
You just had to say it, Petrol.
Yes, I did.
Doc, I need you to roll a area knowledge. And it's not a health check yet. The next one will be another dexterity.
Oh. So the one that we're rolling for right now is another dexterity, right?
Well, first we're listening to the results of
So,
Doc's health check, or area knowledge.
Yeah.
for Doc, the sandstorm area is more rocky and generally less conducive to, mega-sized sandworms. So, while it is not necessarily a safe area, you will not be in immediate danger of being eaten alive from sandworms.
Safe, basically the same thing. I'm going that way.
Well, you were already headed that direction, but now you have a goal to, get away from giant, angry worm.
Already ahead of the curve.
So, now for the dexterity rolls.
Petrol!
Okay, and Petrol is lucky. So you maintain your position, Petrol. Doc, you have caught up with with Clinker. Well, I say caught up with. He's still ahead of you, but not so far ahead that you...
Listen, if I could refuse from saying that, then you can refuse from saying that.
It's petrol. Do you really think that's true?
I like how the message was just deleted.
Sai, you are back with Petrol, but still ahead of him. Let's see. You are just ahead of Sai, Moop. So, this is not a conversation for this chat.
Too bad we made it one.
Right, anyway, so we're still running from this worm.
So, next is the round of health checks.
I actually passed one. Holy shit, my first pass roll of the session.
Hey!
So,
Finally.
margin of failure, margin of success. Doc, Clinker leaves you behind. You're now at level with Nassa.
Wait, is Moop okay?
Okay. Moop, you and Vigil trade places.
We should probably
There
help
is a lot of
Moop and...
sand being kicked up from where you are. I will note that it will be incredibly difficult for a flyer to pick her up.
Oh.
How difficult is incredibly difficult?
You're going to have to deal with the suction from the worm and the continued forward momentum while trying to fly through basically a tiny sandstorm.
Wait, is the worm actively sucking air in? Because the aerodynamics of it would create a pressure wave pushing you away from it.
I don't even know what you just said, so we're going to ignore anything Hax says from now on.
Okay, if you think about it, when
Hax, shut up.
something is moving through it... Okay. I just don't see why there's a suction coming from the worm, but...
If you
okay.
breathe in while moving forward, it makes you go faster. Everyone knows this. The air is going through you, becoming more aerodynamic, see? Turn your intestines into things that help you move fast. What the fuck am I talking about?
I don't know!
I don't
Since
know
when does-
either, but we're just going to ignore all of this. We're going to ignore all of this, and Hax is going to shut up.
I'm sorry, I
Because
don't
I'm also
understand
going to
physics.
point out that the fact that this thing exists is an anomaly.
An anemone. Sorry, I apologize.
So, Hacks can shut
Because-
up with his science bullshit for now and enjoy the game. Thank you. Nobody cares, Hacks. Now, I need to check.
Anyway, so
Was
we should
that,
probably.
was the last one health or was the last one, yes,
That's
last one
what
was
health.
health.
Last one was health.
Health.
So, you guys are almost to the sandstorm.
Dexterity?
Yep. I had to roll for the worm too.
What luck streak am I fucking on today?
No idea. I was totally like right there with you, and then I stayed second.
Or did you know?
So, okay. Moop.
Moop, thank you so much for rolling so well.
So as you guys hit the sandstorm, the worm it follows you in for a little, and then it just kind of slows down and turns around and disappears into the sand.
And we're all panting. Try not to die.
I will note that it is incredibly not comfortable.
I have, like, collapsed out of exhaustion onto the ground. I'm just sprawled on the ground, panting. I also put my goggles over my eyes.
Hold on. Moop, Vijay, are either of you okay? I saw you to the back and I was getting kinda scared.
Oh, but we're fine enough.
I will note that you guys are basically having to yell to hear each other over the lovely...
I'm not yelling. I'm not yelling it before 8 a.m. on a Sunday.
I wasn't going to have anybody actually yell, but I am pointing out that, you know, you're
My
in the
throat is
sandstorm.
sweet that I cannot yell.
I just fall. No words, I just fall.
So, what does the party do now?
Probably try to get into a somewhat more safety.
Yeah?
Some kind of shelter would be good.
Also point out that I did kind of intend for that to last a little longer, but I figured it wasn't worth dragging it out for the desert travel, especially since I have much more interesting things planned. But who would like to lead the party from here? Because now you have to navigate.
I'm going to be honest, I have no idea how deserts work. But I can try.
I can...
This is further south
Mountains
than
are
I'm
similar enough to deserts, right?
Well, Nassa, let me
So-
explain to you how deserts work.
For
One word. Sand.
for
Yes.
I
That's how
deserts work.
my Petrol, shut up. For my mountain people, you will have a -5 to navigate this area. For my swamp person, you will have a -8. And for my plains person, you will have a -3. Because
I don't like
sandstorm.
sand. I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating. And it gets everywhere. Not like everything here softens me.
So, also, you Pooh Brain made it with you just fine.
Good.
That is good. So, I'm going to try to lead us to safety. Wait, this fails.
Yes.
Nassa, I would recommend following Doc.
With a -8, Nassa has decided that they are going to lead the party.
Well, on shall we please?
Which I'm pretty sure that counts as a crit fail with the negative.
No, negative is to skill, not roll.
Okay. So it adds to the skill.
Yeah, so any modifier you give doesn't modify the roll, it modifies the effective skill level.
Okay. Well, either way, you're now kind of wandering around in circles. But you don't know that. Because, you can't even see tracks in this.
We're off on the road to friendship.
I was thinking more of like Eldorado and shall we blaze?
I could make this better. Wind.
Yes.
Exactly, on shall we blaze?
We can't hear shit, Captain.
It windy outside.
It's fucking windy.
So,
Nameless slowly becoming bunny.
So we continue.
you guys continue going around in circles. Everybody rolled their perceptions at a -3.
Ah, the lucky streak breaks, and I
About my roll names.
Was I ever woken up?
natural.
I feel badly.
That was like both crit fail.
How many crit fails are we gonna have?
Oi!
Guys, Maiden hates me today.
Anyone
Oh
woke
my
me
god,
up?
someone actually passed!
That was
Yes,
with a
yeah.
-3. Did that pass with a -3, Moon?
It's a
Yeah,
9
it does.
against
One
a
of
12,
those.
so yes.
Wait, that did pass though.
Okay, so Doc was able to see things.
Wait, I was able to see things too.
Yes, I saw
Take
yours
that
as
thing,
well,
I see you.
but
Just want to make sure.
Apparently I'm still asleep.
you also left Moot behind?
Wait, we what?
I know we
We
did.
had the best party ever!
Yeah.
So,
Captain Turbo Sister.
you guys make a loop and find Moop. Down on the ground still. Let's see.
But the moment Moop is found,
I am going to turn down the...
Cymax and Vigil
2
go away.
questions. First, why is Moop still passed out? Second, if Moop was passed out here the whole time, why are we back at Moop?
I like how
Now
he's...
that is a good question.
I like how disappointed
Yes.
he sounds about being
I-
back
I-
at Moop.
I have my head buried in the sand. I have no idea.
Yes,
Vigil!
you have been shoveling again. Along
Vi-
with Simon.
Vigil! Sai! Why are we doing this again?
Or
I have
It's
no
very
idea.
effective.
no idea.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say that I don't really know how to navigate deserts, and I don't know how to navigate in sandstorms.
This is why I said we should follow Doc.
Very bold of you to assume I know where I'm going.
So, I will note it is getting dark, so you guys are going to have to find shelter soon.
Wasn't it already dark?
Well, getting
We
light.
leave in the night?
I forgot we were traveling reverse, but the sun is starting to come up. There we go. You guys are going to have to find shelter soon.
We're so we're in a rocky area, which means, realistically, there should be some form of cave opening or entrance somewhere.
Doc.
Quick,
But
the Adobe Hut.
Okay, so is Sunpony gonna try and wake Moop up, or are we just gonna carry her?
I will carry
recommend you
her.
take out a stick and poke Moop.
I will carry Moop.
So, Nassa is carrying Moop. I don't know if Moop woke up or not, but...
Nope!
No, Moop did not wake
Moop is
up.
comatose now!
So, Doc, I need you to roll your survival. Don't forget the -3.
Dice Maiden is apparently a cruel mistress today.
So, despite your best efforts,
Wait, is that a crit for 12?
for a 12, let's look.
For 12.
See, 7 to 14,
no.
70 to 18.
No.
So, no.
Nope.
So, despite your best efforts, the best you can find is a big rock. It's not leaning or anything, it's just a big rock.
It's not a boulder, it's a rock!
It's a great big rock.
All
Y'all
the
should
pioneers
be-
used to ride these babies for miles!
Goddamn it, hacks. Shut up.
You
So-
can hear the disappointment in Nameless's sigh.
You guys going to set up your camp?
Only way we can.
Also,
Protect us from the wood.
I
Sand.
don't remember if Argo was there for the change for this, but Argo, the previous watch is now who picks who's next in watch.
I always pick first watch, so that is... it doesn't matter to me.
So, who shall be doing first watch?
I'll take first watch.
I was
Okay.
gonna do it because I have goggles, but okay.
So,
I will
perception
give Doc
checks
my
will be at a
goggles.
-2.
I will give Doc my goggles so he doesn't have to worry about getting sand in his eyes.
Okay. So, we're doing single watches now? I'm going to
I'll
take
join.
the silence as a yes.
I just said I'll do it too.
I don't know, I just do a watch.
Okay,
I like
so,
watching first. Fit my sleep schedule best.
well,
So I'll
Sai
wake
beat
up,
you to-
Alright, I guess I was taking next watch.
No, Sai is doing watch with you.
Yep.
Wait, with me or with it? Who's first watch? I'm so
Sai
confused.
Sai
Doc and Sai are doing first watch!
Yes, they beat you to it.
Damn it. Okay, I passed
Unless you want to join them and be a third member of watch for some reason.
No, I'm sleeping.
So, Sai needs to roll their perception.
Ooh, wow.
Sai sees everything!
Okay? So, for the
This-
most part, you don't really see much through the night. Tantabus has shown up again and seems mildly distracted, but not so much that they're not responding to you. And
Okay.
Nebula is staring off into the distance again.
Does Nebula stare at anything to the sandstorm?
I said she was staring off into the distance. It doesn't necessarily mean she's staring at anything.
Okay,
Honestly,
well,
she has
let's-
a better chance of being looking at Bastion right now than anything in this sandstorm.
Yeah.
I mean, have fun not looking at anything. Because, like, the sun's just gonna get in her eyes.
Who do you wake up for second watch?
Oh, wake up Nassa.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
awoken.
Doc, are you going to wake anybody up?
No, I'm gonna take this time to, like, reconsolidate my medical supplies.
Okay. So, Nassa, roll your perception. Doc is still awake doing reorganization of his medical supplies.
Do I have any negatives to it?
-2.
So I passed exactly.
Okay. So, the sandstorm still does not seem to be abating. You see the distracted Tantabus, and you see Nebula's gone to sleep. So, you and Doc are the only ones, like, with physical bodies that are awake. Who do you wake for the next watch?
Vigil, probably, I guess.
Okay.
Okay.
So, you need to roll your perception. Crit fail, here we go.
That's
oh!
a pass.
He actually passed.
My second part of the session.
So, You also do not actually have anything out of the ordinary that you spot. So,
You're okay then.
the sun is setting, and I'm assuming you wake the party.
Yep.
Okay. So, who is going to attempt to lead the party this time?
No one apparently, so because no one is daring to take it, I'll take the lead. What could possibly go wrong?
So, do you
And I'm
have
saying
a
that knowing
survival?
everything could go wrong.
Do you have
No.
a survival?
No.
So, intelligence minus 10.
So all of his intelligence?
Yep.
A crit pass will still pass.
So that's a no, but actually wasn't far off.
So-
Somehow.
Dumbass.
You were, once again, wandering in circles, except this time, you have no indicator that you are doing so.
What about the
Well,
rock?
no one else was taking the lead, so I thought I would. Our people with survival didn't take the lead.
Yeah, I didn't even know if Luke would be awake.
I mean, you
But I
slept,
woke the whole party.
yeah, you slept through the night,
Day.
day, whatever.
I know, but
Perceptions are at a -3 right now, though, since it is nighttime.
Okay, well I pass by 2.
I passed.
I failed by 1.
Okay. I need Doc to also roll.
What's with the 8s this round?
Good question.
It.
You said -3, correct? Just being sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I'm correct.
Doc, it's -3. It's -2 normally, and then -1 for the darkness. Just making sure you know. So, yes. You guys have wasted another day of travel. Nothing happens. And
We're making
since,
great progress, guys!
and since
Woo!
Get aware
you're
that we're going in circles.
in the middle of a sandstorm, you have no indicator that you know you were walking in circles because all of the hoof prints are gone before you even make it back to them.
We are certainly nearly out of the sandstorm by now.
So, time for watch.
I'll take.
I'll
I
go
will take.
first.
Oh, fuck.
So, so by the sounds of it, Petrol and Nassa.
No?
No?
No, Hack said it first.
Yeah, there's a
Hack said it
reason why
before
Argo said fuck.
Hack said
so-
it first
yeah.
before.
Petrol and Hacks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nameless
So-
does not like the sound of this.
Go ahead and. It's a -2.
Well, that's
Still
a
passes.
pass by 1.
Yep.
Okay. So you guys do see shapes out in the sandstorm. But it's
Other
hard to
shapes the
tell.
party.
It's no, you are sitting with the party. It's hard to tell what it is that's out there. No Tantibus, by the way, because I realized that kind of dumb if the Tantibus is there during the day. Because
Yeah.
yeah.
So the Tangibus is walking with us at night instead of sitting around with us during the day.
Yes,
Yep.
because you guys have been traveling during the day for so long. I keep forgetting that you're traveling during the night right now.
Yeah. So
Good job.
I wake up Nissa and well, actually I just wake up Nissa because Hack's can do whatever. And
Wake
I
up, Doc, why not?
I let them know about the shapes we saw.
Wait, what shapes did you see?
Good question.
So,
Don't really know. They were just kind of indistinct blobs out in the sand.
But
Doc,
something
you
is
can,
definitely out there.
you can attempt to roll an area knowledge to see if you know anything about this area. It'll be at a -5. I will note that just because I say you can attempt doesn't mean you need to. Does that... No, that does not pass. This is further outside of your purview than... Like, not even you have traveled this far.
I'm further than I've ever gone before!
Yes.
And thus I have no idea where I am.
Comforting.
For, Watch, now, Nassa and Doc both need to roll their perceptions. -2 because it is daytime.
I can't see shit, Captain.
I also can't see shit.
Okay. So as far as you can tell, nothing happened.
Sounds good to me.
Who are you waking up?
I don't know, say next.
Okay.
Doc?
I'll just take a second watch.
Okay. Roll perception. Don't forget the -2.
Yes, the things.
So, Sai,
Yes.
you see something vaguely... You would say bipedal, but it's got no legs in the sand storm. It's not close enough to be of an immediate threat, but it is something that is out there.
Hmm.
Do you guys
I
wake up the
point
party
out
now?
to.
Or are you...
I'm going to point it out to Doc. Let's see if he can tell what that is.
So, you
If it
can...
comes close, just start shooting it.
If you want to attempt to, you can roll an area knowledge. It would be at a -6. Like I said, though, that's up to you if you roll it or not.
That sounds like a thing that I probably wouldn't just know in the first place.
Yes. Which is why the increasing minus to it. But I feel like I should give you the option.
Yeah, if Doc don't know, Doc don't know.
Okay. So, you wake up the party.
Yep.
So who is going to lead the party?
I will do it this time.
You have Mountain?
Survival skill. Yes, that's a -5, right?
Yes.
Dang it, that's a fail by 2.
Yes. You go the directions. You do the things. Everybody roll perception. -3.
Oh, thanks, Dice Maiden! Real helpful there! That's a pass by 5.
Are you looking at Ellis's or
passed.
yours?
Oh. Wait,
Yeah.
that's pass by 1.
Yeah. Good job, Hack.
Yeah.
Okay, Doc fails. You guys are not doing good tonight.
No.
I was not expecting this section to take this long. Good job,
We've been
Moop.
going in circles for 3 days now.
Moop,
Yeah, and?
you are noticing that you have passed the same rock at least a dozen times just today. Well, tonight.
Guys, that's the same rock we've been passing like a bazillion times.
I was afraid this was happening.
Also, the sun is starting to rise again.
I think we've been going in circles for,
You think?
A time?
all of the days we've been in here.
I can't tell if it's magic or we're just that stupid, but I wouldn't be surprised if we're just that stupid.
No, it's probably the latter. It's probably the latter.
I feel like Doc will blame magic regardless.
I'll like to advocate for both.
I will just mention that none of us are used to navigating in a desert, and we're attempting to do so in a sandstorm.
So, you guys are going to have to set up camp again.
Yep.
I will note that you will also...
Can't we just,
Go ahead.
dig under the rock?
I will note that you have been staying at the same rock every night. And Moop now notices this.
We could just chill and dig under the rock. Sheesh, if anything, we can continue digging to the point where we can probably get out of the sandstorm under the rock.
I would like to point out that it is sand still. There may be rocks there, but it is not going to necessarily be a good idea to dig them out. Which is kind of what you would end up doing. So, who's going to be first watch?
I'll be first watch.
Okay.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
You got beaten to it again.
Yeah.
So Hax and Cameo need to roll their perceptions.
That should be a pass on nose with the -3.
Yeah, that's not a pass, Cameo.
Alright, is it -2 during the watch?
-3, or -2 for the watch, -3 during travel.
Right, okay, so that's a pass by 1.
Okay. So, you see the shapes in the sandstorm as well.
Oh,
You see
joy.
multiple of them. They seem to be moving back and forth, but they don't seem to be coming any closer. What do?
Oy. Why am I... There's like... So, I have two feelings about this. At the same time, I want to run as far away from those things as I possibly can. But at the same time, there's this morbid curiosity in the back of my head that wants to go and walk right up to them and see what the heck they are.
Are you going to try it?
What are you talking about?
Actually, roll a will save. If you pass, you stay in the camp. If you fail, you go take a look.
Any minuses or just flat?
Just flat. Moop, you actually don't see any of these, so...
Shit. Well, that's a fail.
Damn it, Hex.
Why are we seeing?
Roll
Clinker.
perception to see if you notice Clinker walking off.
Any minuses?
Just any regular ones that you would have had for lack of sleep if you still have any.
Oh no, I've slept enough, so I don't have to.
Okay, then no minuses, because you're sitting in the same camp. Yes, you see Clinker
And I
wandering
see
off
him.
in the sandstorm.
How long do sandstorms even last?
What? What?
What are you doing, you idiot?
There are things that have been out there in the sandstorm for several nights now, and I'm sick and tired of them just being there, watching us, presumably. I'm gonna go and find out what the fuck they are.
It could just be the spell spawn just fighting. Like don't.
I'm
Where's
finding
that?
out what they are. You're welcome to come if you wish, otherwise just stay at camp.
Hold on, we need something to make sure we get back here.
I have rope.
So you're going to tie
Yes.
a rope to the rock?
Yep, sure. I've got, what would that be?
Or you could tie it to Doc.
I've only got 60 yards of it, though.
Okay.
It's okay, I've got way too much thread too, so we can also use that for extend.
Okay.
I've got way too much thread. Oh my... How did I end up with the... Oh, never mind, I remember how I ended up with this much thread.
Did anybody understand
Alright.
that?
She's confused as to how much thread she has.
Oh, okay.
Speaking straight dubstep.
It's a lot of thread. I may have overindulged myself in the last time when I stole thread. Well, it's a good thing.
So,
Alright.
you guys tying... What are you tying the rope to?
The rock seems the best choice.
Okay. So, you guys start walking out and following the rope. And after a little while, you get closer to one of the shapes. And as it gets clearer, you kind of not sure what you're looking at anymore. It could honestly be described as a tornado with arms. It is the same color as the sand, but seems, or as the sandstorm, but is a bit denser. Hence why you could see it through.
Ah!
It's just kind of sitting there staring at you at this point.
Hello there!
Hi?
How are you?
You get wind noises from it. More wind noises.
Ah, I see. So what you doing out here?
More wind noises.
Ah, that makes a lot of sense. We're kind of lost. Do you know your way around here by any chance?
Say that again, Cameo.
She's asking it if it knows its way around here.
This is followed by yet more wind noises, and you could presume a nod, but it's hard to tell.
Well, if you could maybe help guide us out of the sandstorm, we'd really appreciate it, but if you don't, that's okay.
It has more wind noises. So you can't really tell what it has to say about that.
Okay. At least we're this together. I want to be honest, I'm interested in that while I was just trying to...
Okay, even I couldn't understand you that
I'm kind of
time.
lost.
Cameo, whatever you said got eaten by Discord.
I've been able to understand you the last few times, but even I couldn't.
Not only is what I'm saying getting eaten, everything is getting eaten.
Maybe reconnect?
Ah.
Okay, can y'all hear me now? Because we were talking about it.
I can hear about 50% of the words you're saying.
Yeah, I heard the first half.
Let me see if my laptop works, because this is gonna kill me.
So, I'm going to presume that you two go back to the camp for now. And, finish off the, do the watch. So,
I think Moop has one more thing to say, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Wait, Cameo, could you just type it out? Yeah. The last thing that you tried to say to it is what we couldn't hear. Everything before that we got.
just do that for a while. Excuse me.
I doubt it could read Ponish, but maybe it could understand yes/no symbols?
Either way, you guys need to finish off the watch. So you need to pick the next person that is going to do watch.
I'll get Doc, might as well.
Okay. And
Yeah.
Nassa.
We tell him
Okay.
about our little foray.
So, Doc, you now know of the wind creatures in the distance, and so does Nassa.
That sounds concerning.
Roll your spirit lore.
They don't seem to be aggressive, though.
Oh.
You have heard of them, but you don't know what they are or where you heard of them.
Oh, I'm sad. I want to learn about them.
Not to mention that, you got a second-hand description of them, so...
Second-hand description, yes.
Now, roll your perceptions.
Alright.
Okay. Doc, did you already roll yours, or...?
Yep,
Okay.
I passed.
So, everybody passed. So, you see more of the wind creatures off in the distance. They seem to be minding their own business.
Hmm.
And then... who are you gonna wake up next? Or are you gonna do something?
I don't know if I'm gonna do anything. Has Duck been woken up yet? I can't remember.
I am the watch.
Oh yeah,
I'll
you're
do
with me.
something.
I'll wake up Cynex or something.
I am the night.
Yep, go on.
Roll
I
your
am
perception.
the watch. Begins making ticking noises.
I fail by one.
Okay, Argo, go ahead, and once we're done with this watch, we'll do a short bathroom break for everybody.
And I have to leave after that.
Okay. So, for did you pass with the -2, Ellis?
No, I fail.
Okay. So for Doc, you see more of the wind creatures and nothing else of note. So, we are going to go ahead and have bathroom break for those that need it. And, refreshments, whatever. For those of you in the stream, if you're enjoying what we're doing right now and would like to see more of it or would like to support the channel, don't forget to comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, leave a like. All of those help the channel, and if you would like to do a bit more to support, then we have a Patreon, link in the description. For the $5 tier, you'll get to sit down with the party at the end of the session every weekend for both campaigns and discuss the things that are happening in the campaign with them. And for the $10 tier, you guys get a shout out at the end of every video and upload. So
This is where I say my goodbyes. See you all later.
later.
Yeah.
See you, Alice.
Bye.
Okay.
Watch you let me now talk, now that I don't have to talk.
Hey, I understood you. Would you like to rage now or later?
Yeah, so we'll give it about 5 minutes and then we'll pick this back up. And then let her know if she needs to roll anything.
So yeah, Nameless wind elementals, huh?
What's that?
Wind elementals, huh?
Actually, yes.
Yeah, no,
No shit.
It was
No
it was
shit.
pretty obvious.
it was. And if Slasher were only here, we would know that already.
Actually, if Nassa had been able to pass her,
Spirit lore, yeah, that would also do it.
I mean, if these wind elementals have a physical form, you know the question I'm going to ask.
Petrol, I don't think you can fuck the wind elementals.
Oh, that's fair.
I won't personally stab you. I won't just take out stick. I will take out spear. I'll upgrade that. Don't even try.
Okay. Cammy, I literally have to though.
It's
Only
a
if they're
condition.
It's not up for
don't
debate.
think that
I
you would-
literally have to.
I don't think you would find a wind elemental
Dude,
attractive.
these are clouds.
I know,
No,
Pegasus, what's your point?
I will do the stab. I won't even
They're
do
not
the
clouds. They're dust devils. They're dense dust devils with arms.
basically, yeah. If you've ever seen the World of Warcraft wind elementals, that's basically what I was thinking.
No, I don't even play World of Warcraft.
So yeah,
That's
Petrol, I would say
something
no,
that's
you
cool.
cannot fuck them.
They are
You know what
basically
especially
incorporeal.
The
What's
place
that,
in my
Camille?
house that I'm in currently shouldn't have such good Wi-Fi to allow me to talk to you. I still have the green fucking bar.
The green ring of death.
No, the green ring of you guys can hear me.
Oh yeah, so Nameless, that lich thing was definitely in 45, yeah?
What?
Lich thing you want me to cut?
It should be. It'll be towards the end of it. I would listen.
So I'll start looking in the last, 90 minutes.
Yeah, I would listen to it a bit and find if they're talking about Beholden or the Beholder or in combat, then that will be
So just to triple check, it's definitely number 45, yes? Because it will take me 3 hours to download.
I would listen to it first. Because I am not 100% on if it is the end of 45 or not.
Because YouTube throttles downloads like an absolute motherfucker. I could download the thing normally in 3 minutes. But YouTube throttles it to an extent where it takes 3 hours.
It's faster if you go through a third-party site.
Tried that, doesn't work for me. It's just as slow. I've straight up tried that numerous different ways, and it still ends up being the same speed. Not gonna lie, Hacks, I look at that last symbol you sent and I think London Underground.
You know, you do make a good point. But no, that is the symbol of the Open Circle Fleet, which is a fleet under the.
I don't
Republic.
think you can have multiple emblems. There.
Oh, that's kind of disappointing.
But Hacks, I thought it was just me. Obviously, considering you know that symbol very well, you should know that symbol. You see what I mean? Yeah.
Okay. We got about a minute left.
Yeah, it is similar to the symbol for the underground.
As far as I'm aware, you cannot have multiple symbols.
yeah. Hacks like slap a text box in the middle of it, and you have London Underground.
Yep, basically.
Wait, out of curiosity, how big is the file size for Star Citizen?
Yes.
Moon, that group symbol makes that group look like they have an overinflated ego. Honestly.
All they actually know all they know graphic designer.
Okay. Actually, that was a perfect amount of time, apparently. We're gonna go ahead and pick it back up. Mainly what you missed is Ellis is gone now. Ellis had to go do things.
Alright, I am sorry. I hasn't been.
Don't worry, shit happens. Literally.
Anyway.
Time for one of the ones with IBS.
Yes, that is a very real thing that I have to deal with quite often. So you guys are now awake, end of watch, and Sai has gone poo-brained, but you also have a visitor, one of the dust devils. We'll just call them dust devils for simplicity's sake. As it's just kind of sitting there watching you.
Oh, hello there!
It waves a vague arm. And then points.
I look at the direction it's pointing at.
It then starts heading in that direction.
I take it we're following it.
I think so too. I think that's the same one we talked to yesterday.
Mm-hmm. I guess it understood that we were lost, and it actually wants to help us.
Petrol, do you...
We're in his home and it just wants us to go away.
Do you really think that you're going to find... Can somebody send a picture of the World of Warcraft style elemental for the wind elemental?
I have no idea what those are.
I'll get it.
So, all you guys need to roll this time is perceptions.
I pass.
Is it flat perception?
It's the normal -3. It is still in the middle of a sandstorm at night.
I failed by
Fail. I
failed by a lot.
What are we looking at?
I don't know.
Perceptions.
No. Nim did not get what Moon said.
Oh, he failed.
Yeah, which is why I was going to say I have no idea.
So.
Well, at least one of us passed.
Yeah.
Didn't Nassa also pass?
Yeah, I passed. What are you talking about?
It's just talking about that failed.
So, did you not pass with a -3, Clinker?
No. Failed by 1.
Okay. So, for the most part, you guys are able to keep up with it as it moves you through the area. It brings you to a much more rocky area. And by the time the sun starts rising, it's a lot less hot. It's still pretty stormy around, but it's less sandstorm and more just regular storm as you reach the base of a set of mountains. It then points and then floats away back towards the sandstorm.
I call back after it. Thank you!
Thank you for being a super huge help!
Merci beaucoup.
So,
I then turned to Boop, and you didn't want me to go out after it.
Hey, I didn't say for we to not do it. I'm saying for us to not do it when we have no idea how to travel through a storm. We could have easily gotten lost and not returned to the group.
I'm just happy we didn't have to fight it.
Around the same rock, and we didn't catch it for like ever.
So
I raise a hoof and then lower it. Okay.
good point. So
Jay. Guess we go in the direction that the winter pointed.
you guys gonna try and climb the mountain?
Why climb when you can fly?
Not all of us can fly, you idiot.
Not with
Yeah,
that
I like literally can't. What?
You couldn't even fly with me on your back. And I'm the lightest person here.
Plus, you have 2 poo brains.
No, I wasn't. God damn.
Survival for mountain.
Okay, so I guess we have to just scale our way up the mountain.
I think. Do we have. I mean, I have a survival for mountain.
Yes, these
Same.
mountain survival people will have no minuses.
I will roll.
You should do that.
Let's see if this goes to shit. Up. We good?
My survival passes by 2.
So,
Mine passes by 4. I mean, yeah.
compared to a lot of the mountains you guys have seen, this is actually a fairly small range and shouldn't be too difficult to traverse, but it will take you 2 days.
This is about like, I'd say 2 days.
Yep, seems about right.
Yeah, we can do that.
So, give me just a second. You guys are going to need to roll another survival for the, what are they called? The mountain survival people that are, whichever one is going to actually lead, and then everybody needs to roll perception.
Oh, let me take the lead.
That's my perception.
I think we should technically have more than one person leading because, you know, every time we have one person leading, there tends to be someone fucking up, and frankly, I think I might fuck up.
Well, let's give this a shot. Last time we tried to have 2 people make their determination. Me and Doc ended up arguing for a long time, but
It's okay. It was all for the candy.
well, we both passed, so
Yes.
you're in
so-
agreement.
It seems like this path is the better path.
See,
I
what is
concur.
margin of success for the 2 of you?
3 for me.
4.
Okay. So you guys are actually able to make it a pretty decent way, and you find a
Perception passes.
decent enough. Hold on. You find a decent enough place to cross the mountain without having to, you know, climb to the peaks.
After seeing the path, I went blind.
So, you guys are now a good way into a mountain pass. Go ahead, and you guys need to set up camp.
Let's set up camp.
Are you going to camouflage the
Camouflage.
camp?
Camouflage. Yes. No flag.
I'm just gonna dig myself in here. Nice and cozy.
Who is going to be first watch?
I shall.
Okay. Anybody else joining?
I'll join.
Okay. So Doc and Nassa roll for perception. No minuses.
Yes. I see now.
So, for the most part, you guys have traveled a pretty decent amount of time. You are actually now back on a regular travel schedule where you're traveling through the day and sleeping through the night. So, the Tantabus is back. You really couldn't see them whenever you guys were like traveling during the night in the sandstorm because, you know, sandstorm and incorporeal being don't really mix when it comes to looking for them. And other than that, it looks fairly distracted, and so does Nebula, who is also awake at the moment. They are both looking towards the direction you guys are headed.
I assume they didn't enjoy getting sand in their metaphysical form.
It's hard to tell.
That sounds magical enough to be about right.
So, you guys gonna do anything, or are you just gonna wake up the next watch?
We're just gonna wake up in the watch.
Okay. So, just to streamline things a little, if I say, if I give you guys the things that you are seeing or not seeing, then picking the next watch is your way of going, I am done for now. Let's see, do I have a mountain? Well, I do have mountains. Mountains are loud. We turn mountains down.
It sounds like an extra windy desert.
No, it's got the whistly of, like, it's blowing through things, so...
It sounds like I'm on a cliff in Ireland on the edge of the sea. But just can't hear, like, the ocean yet because I'm just below the lip.
So...
There's gotta be a lighthouse around here somewhere.
To me, that just sounds like a regular windy day.
So, who do you two wake up? Well, Doc doesn't wake up anyone.
I'm going to wake up Senex, I guess.
The poo brain?
Oh, wait, no. I completely forgot that was right.
Yes, you have exactly what I was thinking
Okay.
of.
That is gorgeous, actually. But, who's waking?
I'm up.
Then you need to roll your perception.
What I'm doing? Fast.
So, you don't see anything of note other than what I described previously?
I'm gonna go up to Nebula and ask, like, if she sees anything or something else taking her attention.
So, when you ask her that, she, for a moment, she doesn't respond before looking at you and says, "This place feels dead."
Dead? How so?
So, if you had given me the chance to finish what I was saying for perception, you'll note that I was going to say the place seems awfully, like, strangely quiet. Like, you're used to, like, the, like, being some sort of animal sound outside of the desert, like anything, but, like, here the only thing you can actually hear is the wind.
Such a desolate rocky rain.
But you do also have a strange apprehensive feeling. Other than that, that's all.
So the place seems dead.
So, who's going to wake up who?
I guess I'm going to wake up Moop.
Is Doc going to wake anybody up?
Nope.
Is Doc going to...
No, I'll go to bed.
Doc go to bed? Okay. So, Moop, you are doing watch by yourself. So, okay. You get the same thing Petrol got, like nothing out of the ordinary, but like that's the problem.
The deathly silence beyond the wind.
Yeah. It is now daytime. So,
before I wake up everyone, I kind of just stare to where we're heading, and I'm just like, something tells me this is not. We're gonna have to find a whole new way. And then I wake up everyone.
So, for I need the mountain survivals, and I need the perceptions. Unless somebody else thinks that they can lead the party.
I passed the survival by 5.
Oh, my perception.
So, Clinker, are you going to continue on the path that you guys decided to go with?
If my judgment still determines that to be the best path, then yes.
As far as you can tell, it is the most efficient and quickest path through the mountains.
Then yes.
I'm just saying, I'm good.
What?
He's off here.
So,
I mean,
did everybody make their...
just a mountain.
I do not see a Nassa perception for travel.
It passes the perception.
I didn't. I thought I rolled. I didn't, but I passed.
Okay. And did we get a Moop perception yet?
Yes.
Okay. Moop has passed.
It's a pass. Yes.
So, you guys see a general lack of, anything really alive in this mountain area. And as you come out of the mountain pass into the foothills, you notice that everything is a very general brown. Just kind of dead. There are trees, but they're very dead. And, let's see.
All around Blair. Just all around here.
We have
I can actually hear things now.
we have a change of windy scenery.
I can hear things.
So,
That's a relief.
as you guys are traveling, you do come up to what looks like some sort of shack. It's a very ramshackle shack. What do?
Hello? Is anyone in here?
There is no answer.
I'm going to guess there's no one in
Go up
here.
and knock on the door.
It creaks open spookily. Hold on, I think I actually have a door creak.
I'm having a little too much fun with this.
Am I?
With these noises.
Doc pulls his pistol and says through the door, "If there's anyone in here, say so for both our safety."
So, as your eyes adjust to the darkness inside the building, it was a one-room building, and you see the remains of a mattress and the remains of a table and pair of chairs, and there's actually no one there other than a pair of skeletons that looked like they were at one point sitting at the table and chairs. However, it's decayed to a point where there's not much left there besides a few bones.
One of the skeletons held the chair, as you can see. Rather nice place.
Roll dexterity. Yes, you managed to avoid busting your head against the wall as the chair breaks.
That was a smart move, Doc.
I'm going to investigate the skeletons to see if there's anything on them or around them that might be useful.
There's a.
I want to check the skeletons in case they have certain injuries that are notable on their bones.
I'm going to be looking around as well. I don't really know what I'm looking at, just looking.
So for the most part, the shack itself is very plain. Not really much was in here, if anything, that is still seeable. With the around the skeletons, most you find is a belt buckle petrol, and it's very poor quality. It's rusted to the point where if you gave it a good tug, it'll probably snap apart. And for Moop, as far as you can tell, there's nothing that should have killed these two. But you only have a few remains of a skeleton, like a few bones. So.
Well, two things to note of this. If they sustained any injuries, they were probably to the organs, like the guts, and thus us just seeing skeletons isn't going to show us much. But things are pretty, clean for the most part. No cuts or abrasions on the bones. Kind of.
So.
I'm going to look around to see if there's any form of like photos or identification of some sort.
Do you have a search skill of some sort?
I have scrounge.
Go ahead and roll that.
It's a pass.
So you don't really find what you're looking for, but you do find 2 rounds of the ammo you use for your rifle.
Yay.
They aren't in the best of quality, but they'll do for what you need them for. They are kind of tucked away behind a plank. So, you guys done checking out the shack?
Can I see anything there?
See anything where?
In the shack. I said I was going to look.
I told you that. You did not see anything. That was the first thing.
Okay, I must not. Okay, I didn't hear the first thing then. I heard everything except the first thing.
So, as you guys step out of the shack, you see you would call it a unicorn, except like it's emaciated to the point of like it should be dead. It's got a pair of glowing blue eyes and the scraggly remains of what might have been a mane, beard, and tail. And it's just kind of staring, just there. No blinking. It bobs its head and for a moment makes a groaning noise as you hear like the rattle of what sounds like dried skin, and it rasps out a hello.
It's nice to see you.
Hello?
Hi.
It approaches and rasps out what sounds vaguely like, "Why here?"
To be honest, we're passing by. We're trying to go down further south.
It blinks and then tilts its head to one side.
We're just travelers. It's kind of what we do.
It hoarsely rattles again, and it asks, "Where go?"
Yeah,
Argo,
So
I muted because I was laughing too hard. I'm sorry.
I'm going to need an actual answer.
We're looking for a boat.
So it attempts to you can see the lack of lips attempting to move as it says acid coin in a questioning tone.
Passage coin?
It nods.
Maybe I have that amongst my stuff. I'm not too sure.
Nassa, did Saragus mention anything about that? Or give you anything, or...
I was not given a passage coin, I don't believe. No, I was not given one.
I have bits.
It shakes its head.
I still have that tablet that I never bothered to check out. I have... Ooh. Oh yeah, I still have the mechanical eyes, the hearts. T-shirt.
Excuse me. Sorry, I had to sneeze there.
Oh, I still have the lantern core. Huh. That one shouldn't go out anytime soon. Nope. No, actually, I don't seem to have it. Did any of you guys grab it? Happen by any chance? Because it's definitely not amongst my hoard.
So it rasps out again and says, "Need or oat."
Need or
No,
I'm sorry, I didn't understand that one too well. Can you try saying that again?
I need it for the boat.
Or a boat.
What? Hey, Nassa, you're gonna have to explain a bit more.
They need sorry, never mind. Hold on. What the can you repeat what you said about the passage coin? To make sure that I heard you correctly.
Need or oat?
See, I know exactly what is going on.
Need
But I don't know if I can say.
Did you say that as vigil, Petrol?
Yeah.
Say that one more time, make sure I understood you right.
Need for boat?
It nods.
Ooh.
And then it points off into the distance at a very imposing looking structure.
What's the name was check chat? I saw what you did.
Good job, Nameless. You made the linguist happy.
I don't know any of this in character. I didn't say anything.
So it points at the structure and says that is essentially, because I'm getting tired of trying to say it like this, but like essentially tells you that the coins are in that direction.
Coins that way.
So alright, we'll get one. Do we need one for each of us, or just one for the whole group?
It is a hoof, and what you can only assume is an attempt to say one without saying one. You can tell that the speech is actually physically painful for whatever this is. You know, the rasping sound of dry flesh.
I think this, Actually, hold on, can I quickly roll a spirit there?
Yes.
Only one. Got it.
I pass.
Also,
So,
can I make it a Ouija board?
as far as you can tell, it's some sort of undead, but what was the margin of success?
Margin of success is 2.
Yeah, you're not entirely certain which particular undead this might be, without knowing more about how it died or why it's still around. You can tell, though, that it's probably not one of the more malicious ones, just because it hasn't tried to murder you.
Nicer spirit. The spirit has been very helpful. I thank the spirit.
It bobs its head and turns to start going. What does the party
we should
do?
get her cool.
Anyway, does anyone know where that way is?
Points at the giant building.
Yeah, I would assume the building that he pointed at.
The direction that you guys are headed, there is a massive structure off the shore.
Wait, how did I not see that?
You probably more focused on trying to identify the spirit.
I will note
Yeah,
that it is also starting to get dark, though.
We should make camp.
It will be reachable within one day, though.
Yeah, we'll just make camp.
Okay. So, who is going to be first watch?
I shall.
First watch.
I think Cameo beat you to it, Hack, so...
I have no idea. Cameo can take it.
I like your connection. Yes.
Okay. For the two of you, you don't actually see anything alarming. In fact, there's a general lack of any kind of movement after the undead disappears.
Hey, this is a genuine question. Do you think I should make them a Ouija board?
That could be useful.
Alright, I'll start making one.
The only thing is we don't know if they're literate or not.
Oh, that's true. Well, I'll make one just in case, and when we see him next time, I'll ask him. If he says yes, I'll give it to him.
So if they could read zebra, we can make one out of reticles. Reticles are the parts of glyphs that go together, so that you can make larger glyphs. And those larger glyphs can carry a lot of meaning. So kind of like how what you show as like letters as building blocks for language, with zebras we use like these reticles.
Whoa. Okay, yeah, you gotta show me that.
Oh yeah, super cool.
So when like I said, when you guys are done, just pick whoever's you're going to wake up.
I'll have to show it to you later. But I'll help you with the Ouija board. And I assume after we do the Ouija boards, I'll wake up Hex.
Okay.
Wake up Clinker, I mean. I don't know what Hex is. That's not the name I know.
I wake up Vigil after I'm done with the Ouija board.
Okay. So the two of you need to roll your checks.
Pass.
Pass by 1.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys also, for the most part, it's just unnaturally quiet, unnaturally still, besides the wind. And even the wind just kind of carries that stale scent to it.
You know,
Okay, so-
watch seems abnormally boring out here.
I go up to the undead guy and ask him,
He's gone.
He
oh,
walked
he
on.
is. Oh. Yeah. Fuck.
Are Nebula or Tantabus about?
Nebula is laying there, but she seems to be having issues sleeping. Tantabus is, as usual, in the area of your camp outside of the light of the fire, but seems much more distracted than they were previously, looking down to an area not far from where you're going.
I'll walk over to the Tantabus and see if I can tell what they're looking at. And bring the Ouija board, of course.
You can roll a perception.
That's a pass?
By how much?
2.
Okay. So, from where you were sitting, you can actually see what appears to be a small dock with a boat and a shack. You can see something sitting in the boat. You can't tell what it is exactly. It's just kind of, at this point, too far to tell. But you can tell there is definitely something there.
Hey, Vigil, come over here.
What is it?
I think I see the boat.
Really? Think we've been looking for this entire damn time?
Yes, if you would just get your butt over here. You
Fine.
would see what I'm talking about.
My meander run over.
Okay, so you also see the same thing. If you roll a perception, you can try and see if you can get a better look, but it'll be at a -2.
No passes.
Okay, so as far as you can tell, which it's hard to see through the darkness, whatever it is wearing a cloak. But just seems to be sitting in the boat with the what's the rudder, whatever the steering thing for the rudder is called. I forget it. I am not a boat person.
It depends on how it's set up. There are multiple ways you can control the rudder.
It's the one where it's like literally attached to the rudder.
Like the old pirate ship.
Well, no, not the classic like pirate ship wheel. No, he's talking about just the stick that's attached to the rudder.
Yeah.
Which I'm trying to remember what it's called. It's not a
It
yacht.
works.
That's for a plane.
As long as you know what I'm talking about, that's all you really need.
Okay, so so who was saying about Nebula? That they are still awake, yes? Having trouble sleeping, but they are still awake, yes?
Right now, Nebula is still awake.
I go over and ask the trouble in them.
There's a weird word for it, but it's just known as a steering oar.
She looks at you, and you can see a bit of apprehension in her eyes, but for the most part, she's holding the same expression she's basically kept through the majority of y'all's travels together. And she says that this place it reeks of death.
Yes, well, not very surprising after what we found in this shack, but this seems to disturb you more than usual. So how so?
She looks at her hooves and shakes her head, saying, "I'm not sure."
Okay. Well, so I'm going to go. And is this third watch or is this second watch?
This is second watch.
So I'm going to go over and wake Doc, and then go in and lie down next to Nebula and comfort them.
Okay.
I'll just go to bed.
Doc, you see much of the same. Are you going to do anything, or is just wake the party? Moon? Hello, Moon.
Hello?
There you are.
Oh, you're lying.
Yeah, I don't know why it wasn't working for a second. Well, for like a hot 20 minutes or so. Anyways, yeah, I like the party.
Okay. So, the sky overhead is overcast in a very gloomy way. Pretty low-hanging clouds. The top portion of the structure out in the distance is partially covered. What do?
I try and make it to that one place. The big building.
So since you see where you're going, I'm not going to require any rolls. However, you do need to decide how you're going to get across. Because it is offshore. I'm going to see if this rocky shore has birds. If it does, we're just going to stick with the one we're using. There we go. That's better. Okay, it doesn't seem to have birds, so we're going to go with this. So.
Me and Bitchel can fly across, but we've seen just how well carrying others seems to be going right now.
I can see if I can fly over it with you guys. It's not
We
really
could try to carry them one by one. Like two of one of us go each end and try to carry them over.
Actually, you
Too
know
loud?
what? I have, would I have to roll anything if I wanted to take my rope and use it to kind of make a harness that would sort of tie around me and Vigil's legs and then be able to be slung under whoever we're carrying?
Moon, isn't there a knot tying skill? Like, that's a legit thing?
Yes. It's
Yeah, I
an
thought
easy.
Both of us have it.
So the penalty will only be like -2.
Okay.
So
So,
presumably Dex points or something.
yeah.
Dex or intelligence? Which
I would say Dex for, like, regular knots, but with what you're doing, it'd be a intelligence -2.
Okay.
Go for that one then.
That works! That passes by 2.
Okay. So you are able to make a harness. It is a very rudimentary harness, but it will serve the purpose that you need it for. So who are you taking across first?
Let's start with the light ones, so... What?
I would suggest that if you don't know where you are going, you may want to bring a combatant across first rather than a pacifist.
So... Mook.
Bring me.
Or Nassa. You know, the 2 light ones.
I want to point out that
It's not the hardest thing tied to
I am much more of a pacifist.
I
exactly.
can fight.
Ah, okay.
Are you sure about that? The sticks to the head are differently.
I mean...
Okay,
You have very consistent high damage with your fire breath.
that doesn't
Yeah, but I can
necessarily.
beat people up.
Yes, Nassa is more combat oriented than Moop is.
Are you really having this, like, do I need to prove
Okay,
myself
let's
when
just take
fighting
Nassa and
again?
move on with it.
I thought that would have been easy to figure out, but apparently not. So,
Yeah,
I promise I can fight.
For some reason, Hax is like, yes, Moop. No!
so this one you guys will just have to roll flight no negatives since both of you are working together.
That's a pass.
Also a pass, of course.
So, with that, you are able to get her across fairly easily. Who are you choosing next? You taking Moop, or are you going to take one of the poo brains? Or are you going to take one of the ones that are active?
Let's take Doc.
Okay.
By the way, while this is happening, I'm just gonna scope around to make sure that there aren't any enemy combatants that could do stuff.
So you just need to roll for the landing Moop. And then roll perception
Moop's
for...
flying across with us. Alright, so should we go ahead and roll our flights for carrying Doc?
Yes.
Okay, mine passes. Petrol's really passes.
Okay.
I make it across, and I stick the
Nassa needs to
landing!
roll a perception for, like, scouting.
I applaud Moop as she sticks the landing on the other side.
Yeah!
Is Nassa going to roll scouting perception?
Yes, sure. Give me 1 second.
Thank you, Petrol.
I pass.
Okay, I will describe that as soon as we get everybody else past, just to get the rolling out of the way.
Yeah, of course.
So, who are you doing next?
Okay, let's see. So, is there anyone who's awake that we don't have across?
Nebula is still conscious.
Okay.
I would, however, point out that having all of the poop brains on one side
Yeah.
may not be a
Yeah.
great idea.
Yeah.
Leaving the blue brain
Let's
to
take
low.
Sai next.
Yeah, let's take Sai next. I want to imagine that as we're flying Sai across, she's just like flapping her wings. Like, I'm doing a thing.
I'm doing it. I am doing it.
Like how when
You
you,
make
hold
it
a
across
turtle,
with-
they
with
make
a,
swimming motions.
Okay, that's it. Go ahead and do the one for slashing. That should be all except for Nebula.
Oh, okay, that was close, but that's still a pass.
Okay.
I was going to say, if yours is a fail, you're lucky I passed so well.
And
Butter.
when you guys arrive, Nebula appears on the other side in a flash of magic energy.
So then we can teleport. As a Kieran.
Grains of magic, I
Okay,
think.
did every pony else see that, or am I going crazy? What?
Yeah, it's just teleportation. You never seen teleportation before?
Hey,
Vigil.
Petrol,
Vigil.
roll an intelligence. Actually, all of the cryotubers need to roll an intelligence.
Petrol just nope. He's looking at me dead in the face, legitimately expecting me to have seen somebody teleport.
The thing is, what I said lines up with my roll.
Nassa also
Yep.
needs to roll an intelligence because
Also, how come I've never passed an intelligence roll? Never.
you are the only one that seems to remember that in this age, teleportation is far beyond anything that the wastelanders are capable of, as far as you are aware.
Hacks.
How did you do that?
Vigil.
Nowadays, apparently, I don't think they could do that. Like, how strong are you?
Vigil, when the Tartars would I have seen some pony teleport?
What is your
Good question.
magical strength? Like the magic muscle that you have in your brain to do that. Like, how strong are you?
For Doc and Clinker, you don't even need a roll for this to know that, like, nobody teleports anymore. Like, that is a thing that is not done.
Yeah, I tend to think, good question. Yeah, I don't get why, like, flat rolls I get like 5, 6, fucking 7, 5, 6, and yet intelligence is always a fail. Always.
Dice
I've not
made
passed a
sense to
single
the
one.
viewer.
It's fitting, so.
Dice made
You have a
understands everything.
very strong magic brain muscle. Like, how does that work? Like, how did you do it?
She kind of gives you a shrug and says, I just can.
No, that's cool. Can you teach me how to do that?
She shakes her head.
Aw.
So. Oh, Nebula has big brain muscle. Vigil's brain is an almond. I love this.
side note, apparently Sweetie Belle also can just teleport for whatever freaking reason. When they had that thing where they physically turned into adults but were still kids mentally and all that, he teleported with no training for teleportation.
I want to point out that Rarity also necessarily didn't have much in the way of training when she tried teleporting. But
yeah, she also managed to manifest that diamond shield thingy.
We're also getting off topic, so. Now, you guys are now at the foot of Mount Aria.
Okay. So that's where we are.
You didn't put 2 and 2 together already?
Do you mean Mount Eris?
Or I thought it was Aria.
It's Eris.
Oh, whatever.
Mount Eris.
It still works.
Nameless, are you forgetting the almond that I just mentioned?
Well, I was hoping that you would have a little bit larger in real life. We were hoping for maybe like a full walnut.
No, only a macadamia.
It's about the same size as it all, but just a rounder shape.
Nice and smooth.
Actually, smoother too, yes! Smooth brain.
So,
your brain is smooth. Words go right over it. Mine is wrinkly. It absorbs the words.
Oh my god, wait a second.
I will note that,
where is it?
I will note that this place is also unnatural.
I have that gift.
I get that we're allowed in all that, but is
Are you going to go very far to do any scouting, or are you just going to scout the general area where you were dropped off at?
General area.
So you see nothing alive. Not even plants. Excuse me.
This looks not perfectly normal.
So, what does the party do?
Okay, just this is one time. This is probably the only time I'll ever feel this way. But I wish that Ballistic was here so he could do the piggy pie search.
I'm just checking about.
What now? What does the party do?
What is this giant, mountain thing, monument, building? I don't exactly know what this is. This looks really weird.
I can just imagine Nassa actually saying that everyone's slowly turned. Like, what are you on about?
What is this thing? I've never seen it before.
I do believe that it's a mountain with a town on the top.
Actually, if you look at pictures of it on the map, it's like the entirety of the thing is carved out. So it looks like it's got big wings.
Yes. I am currently looking at it, but my phone don't let me zoom in all the way.
So, it is
I never actually noticed that those look like wings. Thank you for pointing this out to me.
Good job. So, the entirety of the mountain is...
Oh yeah, did you know that?
Carved out, so... Are you guys going to enter the structure?
Yes.
Probably.
Why not? Might as well.
So
you kind of have to.
As you guys get closer, you do see there are several not full skeletons, but there are several piles of mismatched bones. Most of them have beaked skulls.
Hurts.
By any chance, would I know what that means? Do I know hippogriffs?
Go ahead and roll an intelligence.
I already
See
know I
if you
don't
remember. Yes, that would actually be correct. This is to see if... Yes, you have at least heard of them.
I think these are hippogriffs. Hippogriffs, that's the word I'm looking for.
So, you guys get to a fairly large building, and, you know, with the fact that there are other buildings around here, it's a good place to start your search.
Huh. If any of you look over at me, you see that I have the book out. And then I kind of, like, slam it shut, a little upset. Well, that was hardly useful at all.
Why don't you just fill in the book?
Well, we haven't really found anything here yet, have we? All that's written down for Hippogriff Kingdom is that the author was unable to make the trip. And I mean,
but we made the trip, so you can start adding. I hand over a quill and something.
So, what do, if you guys are going to do searching and scrounging, you can do that. Scrounging will get you a minus 1, 2, and searching is at your base. If you do not have either of those, it's a perception minus 2.
okay, so searching is just flat, you said, right?
Yes.
I passed my scrounge by a lot.
That is a pass by 4 on my search.
Right. Anybody else doing searching, scrounging?
Yeah. You said it was a minus what for? If you don't have either, it's minus 2, right?
Yes. Perception minus 2.
Oh! If I did not have that minus 2!
Moon, are you going to do the search?
Yes.
I should try and help anyway.
Are you doing search, scrounge, or do you not have either?
I don't have any.
So perception minus 2. Scrounge is a minus 1, and then search is just base.
I pass.
And this is going to be like for the general area, because I don't see the point in spending too much time here. So you guys spend the equivalent of several hours hunting through the houses and buildings, and when you guys get to the uppermost building, poking through it, it looks like it was some sort of throne room or something like that, or some sort of like remains of a castle. And the only intact skeleton you have found so far, sitting on the throne, is clutching a large coin, which on one side has a boat, and on the other side has a pony skull.
I'm just gonna guess that this is what we're looking for.
Well, this seems suspicious.
I will note that most of the skeletons that you guys have found have shown no sign of any kind of struggle, nor has any of the buildings shown anywhere other than age. So there's no signs of fire, there's no signs of like exploding. Just everything seems to, as far as you can tell, just stopped one day and died.
Ah, magical deaths.
Okay, I'm gonna roll my spirit alert. This feels suspicious.
I want to check out the skeleton.
I passed my spirit alert, by the way.
Okay. The I'll get to yours in just a sec, Argo. The intact skeleton also seems to have no visible signs of any kind of trauma to the bones. In fact, it is still sitting in the throne. Oddly enough, for being a bipedal creature. Or not bipedal, quadrupedal creature. So.
Quadrupeds can sit.
Yeah, I think magic went through this entire place.
Argo, as far as you're aware, this is not something you would normally see from spirits. Although there are a few notable ones that might be able to do something like this, but it seems rather odd to think that anything like that would happen here without knowing, like, what they did to possibly anger them.
Sure, we're fine. I try and pick up the little coin thing that they're holding, the passage thing.
So, the coin seems somehow familiar, but you can't quite place where from. Because I'm assuming margin of success is 1, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Well, I pass exactly.
Oh, you pass exactly. Yeah. So you don't you recognize the coin, but you don't recognize where you recognize it from. That makes sense.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
So you have your passage coin.
Right, let's sit back. Also, we should probably get some food at some point. We're getting a little low.
So,
Nassa, where do you propose that we find food out here?
Maybe, I don't know, the ocean?
you
Have you never gone?
You have
What?
seen 0 signs of life so far, other than yourselves. The undead thing does not count.
Well, okay, listen, if we want to be specific, we have technically 12 days of food left total. Because I include the meat ration and veggie ration differently. In the way that we handle them. Nobody's talking.
Yes, nobody is talking.
Well, okay. I'm going to assume that you guys are going to ferry each other across again. I'm not going to require any rolls this time, just to speed it along a little.
I lied!
When you guys get there, you can, from what you can tell, you should be able to make it before evening for the, if you're trying to get to the boat now. What do?
We could probably do that.
Okay. So, you guys travel all the way down to the docks, and for the most part, all you can tell about the thing sitting in the boat is exactly what Petrol knows about it, and it is wearing a cloak. There is
Hello there.
You get no response. There is a ladder that is leading down to the dock from the boat, and it just appears to be sitting there. What do?
We could probably approach the spirit again, right? And just be like, hey, yeah, like the undead thing, and then
the
be like,
the undead is not here. This is something else.
Oh, never mind.
So, do you approach the thing in the boat?
Sure.
So, when you guys get up there, it doesn't really move. The hood is pulled down too far to see what's actually in it, but it extends a gnarled, emaciated-looking hand with fingers that are way too long, and it speaks.
Pay the toll.
I offer up the coin.
So it takes the coin, and the ladder pulls itself up, as the boat then, without any obvious force moving it, pulls out of the dock and starts to head out to sea. This will be your chance that if you are going to ask it any questions, you can do so. Otherwise, we're going to pin it.
I'm going to ask it spirit questions.
So, what are you going to ask?
I'm going to ask what it is. Like, hi, what are you?
Give me just a sec. And it doesn't move really. Look like it's got one hand on the rudder. Otherwise, it's basically motionless. But it answers you.
I am the ferryman.
Are you some kind of spirit?
No.
What kind of creature are you then?
You get no answer.
Do you know anything about spirits?
Again, no answer.
Do you know how long it's gonna take us to get to the zebra lands?
The name of the land is Farasi. Shut up. Stop making fun of how I talk.
I was just trying to pronounce it!
It's Farasi.
So, once you two finish arguing, it answers.
Your journey will take 4 months.
You have food on here?
Sustenance will be provided.
Okay, so that's good then. Thank you very much.
Do you know where the other pony is? I wanted to ask him a question and give him something.
You get no answer.
Is there a way to train up and stuff around the ship? Just as practice, so we don't get too bored?
You get no answer.
And
where can I leave the Ouija board for the other guy?
I could probably do it over here. And I point to a spot. And I imagine we're gonna start doing that while, things settle down.
Okay, so does anybody have any other questions for it?
No.
I love how when I prepare names for things, none of you ever ask the name. But the one time I have no name prepared, you're like, what's its name?
Oh, no important.
And thus of no importance was created.
So is anybody going to ask its name?
So we're gonna put the pin in here, right?
Yes, we're about to put a pin in it.
Nameless, we're intentionally not asking you now on purpose.
Fine! Fuck it! I'll walk up to it and ask, if you don't mind, could you,
Before you can ask for the name, we're pulling away.
have a name?
No, cover mouth, end it. No. Being jerked away.
So, as he asks a question, the thing shifts a bit. This is the first time you have seen it move other than taking the coin. And it says...
I go by many names. You can call me Cherub.
Air? Huh?
Did you catch that?
Chen.
No.
Chen.
Charon.
Chen. Oh, like Karen.
Oh, yes.
Karen.
I
yes.
didn't want to say it that way
Chiron.
for several reasons, but we're going to go ahead and put a pin in it here for those of you that may or may not still be watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring the notification bell to stay up to date with all of the uploads and streams.
Watching. Sorry, I got you. Continue.
For those of you that would like to do some sort of other type of supporting, there is the Patreon link in the description. For those that there's the $1 tier that gets you access to the Discord community. The $5 tier gets you access to the Discord community and a opportunity to speak with with myself and most of the players at the end of every game for a end of game discussion. And then after that is the $10 tier, where you get both of those perks, and I shout out their names at the end of every session, as well as every uploaded video. And a big thanks to Gilded Page, Haxros, Cameo Shadowness, Elisander. I feel like I'm missing one. Hax?
Starglow?
Starglow's $5.
No, here, give me a second. Let me pull up the...
1000% professional.
Okay, so it's Saw, Page, me,
Sawtooth Waves. Yeah, there we go. I knew I was forgetting one, but...
You were forgetting, like, the most... Okay.
The most important one? Yeah.
Yes, I don't know how you were... Okay.
For those...
I'm very tired. I'm gonna die.
Yes, for those of you still watching, everybody have a great evening and drink water.
Ah, yes, water.
Well, the bomb got dropped upon us all, and the list of all unknowns is tall. But if there's anything we know, our stubbornness has shown, we'll climb up after any fall. We know who we are, but we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from. Leftover ashes in the sky, and the nations, all they do is fight. Yeah, the crown broke all our trust, so I guess it's up to us to save whatever's left of life. We know who we are, but we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from. But we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from. Oh, we know who we are, but we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came